Hello, namaste, and welcome to all of you. Firstly, let me appreciate and congratulate WOW for the initiative that they are taking here, organizing these talks for the benefit of general public. WOW is a mind and behavioral clinic, as you all know, and they are a team of doctors and health experts. They offer their services to wide range of segments: schools, corporate, and general public as well, individuals. So it's a fantastic initiative by WOW to organize this particular session. And now a brief introduction about myself. I am Balaji Gorantla. I hail from a joint family business background. Just give me a minute. Okay. I hail from a joint family business background. And if you look at my life journey, especially in the last 20 years, it's been like I'm a postgraduate in agriculture, and then I started a seeds business, was there in that for 12 years, and then we moved into exports of agriculture products, a related field, exports of seeds and agriculture products. And then we have also started as, say, importing other products, polymer products and raw materials. And then that's been going on. Each time the situation changes, the external environment changes, I had to move on. Now I have got nothing to do with agriculture. My qualification is in agriculture. And now I am taking this particular session here. I started writing. I'm an author. I'm been training and teaching yoga and Yogaplus, which we call it as a life skills programs, for more than 10 years now, and have trained adults and children, more than 1,000 plus adults and children from across the country over these last 10 years, from a different spectrum, different range of backgrounds. It may be school children and corporate, from children from villages, or adults from different background, and things have been so different. And now I'm in the process of launching a course, online course, because I've seen this benefit, which I have been doing it offline. I have been taking sessions and it's been helpful. So I'm in the process of launching an online course. The objective of this is to help people excel in harmony. Today, people are miserably successful. Why do I call it miserably successful? Because success today is termed in the, defined as having a lot of wealth, riches, big bank balance, big assets. But at the other end, if you see, they would have affected their health or relationships or something else. So if you are getting success in this format, when you go back, when you look back after you reaching your goals, you don't have anyone to share, or you are not in a position to enjoy. Can you call it a success? No. So what we want to look at is happily successful in harmony. That's what I say. It is excellence. Success is a particular goal and you want to reach that. Excellence is you improve upon from wherever you are and go up the ladder. So this is how we operate in when we are talking of excellence. So harmonious excellence. So I am myself now discovered myself as a harmonious excellence coach, and I'm on a mission to help young professionals, especially those who in the age group of 25 to 40 years, to excel in harmony personally, socially, and professionally, and reach great heights in their career. And the tool I use is Yogaplus lifestyle. Why Yogaplus lifestyle? Because that has helped me. I have, as I shared with you, I'm from a nice family background, good business background. Everything was going on fine with me. But as I was going through this particular course, I've been learning yoga and doing yoga for more than 25 years. And when I went to my yoga guru, Swami Shivarishiji, the perspective of yoga has changed. It is not just asanas and pranayama, which we normally believe. It is a perspective, an approach towards life. Yoga is not a solution for everything in our life, but it can prepare us for achieving anything in our life. So this is a fantastic tool I found, and as I went deeper into it, I discovered that there is more to accomplish in life than just being happy, earning money, taking care of family, children, and enjoying. There's much more meaning in life. That's when we will can actually call ourselves excellence. People who have reached excellence in different fields have done that. So this is the mission with which I'm going forward. And in this particular journey, there are various aspects in yoga. When you take, there are different aspects of a personality. Personality has five primarily at the individual level, and then to the extension level of a persona. At the individual level, you talk about your body, annamaya kosha, your energy, pranamaya kosha, your mind or manas, manomaya kosha. This is the topic we are going to talk about, the mind aspect. And then the intellect, the vijnanamaya kosha. Intellect, there is a gross intellect and also the subtle intellect. So both we are going to talk about. And then anandamaya kosha, the blissful state of being, or the spiritual perspective of our being. So these are the five aspects of our personality which yoga defines. Why we call it as yoga plus? Now, when we are talking of our personality, are we alone in this world? No. There are people around us. We live in a society. We have a family. We have friends. We have relatives. We work somewhere or we are studying somewhere. So there is some larger section of the society, our neighborhood, the colony, the people in the state. So it's a larger segment. Apart from this, there are birds, animals, and other what you call natural elements, the earth, water, air, all around. So all these things influence us, and what we do influence others. So how we relate with the world around, how we relate with the society around, how we connect with the society around, is another important aspect of our persona. This is the sixth aspect of the yoga plus lifestyle. And the seventh aspect we talk of is the what you call the career aspect or the professional aspect we will talk of. So at the personal level, we should be integrated. There should be harmony at the personal level between our head, heart, and hands. The what we think, the intellect, the mind, and the heart, what we want, the emotions, the feelings, and then the hand, the actions we take. So these three should go in harmony with each other. And this, when we are going in harmony, it should be in harmony with the society around, and it should help us go up the ladder, achieve excellence in our careers. So this is the whole perspective of what we do in a yoga plus session. And for this, we cannot work on one particular subject alone in this. We cannot work only on the body. We just build a fantastic body. If the mind is not sharp and attuned to take over the world around, if mind is not strong enough, we cannot be successful. Similarly, if the mind is very sharp but the body doesn't cooperate, we cannot go out and work, then it doesn't help. So this is where we take a integrated approach to success, to excellence. And when we talk of mind, many people consider mind as the brain element. Mind is not this. This is the brain, the physical aspect through which the mind operates, one of the elements through which the mind operates. But the mind has four components primarily. Now let's take an example to understand this. Now let me ask you, if I say like if I ask you to explain about yourself, write about yourself in 2 lines, what would you write? How do you describe yourself? You may say, I'm a very friendly person. I'm a very jovial person. I get stressed very soon. There was a question somebody had asked when we have, say, broadcasted about this particular session, there was some question. Somebody says, I am constantly stressed out about the future. So that means he defines himself as a person who constantly gets stressed about the future. So this is a definition he is coming with. Somebody may say, I take things very cool and light. Somebody says, I always late at getting, say, behind my schedules. So these are the different ways we explain. I'm just using a small terminology, so small phrases or small aspect of a personality. Where do we come with this particular definition of ourselves? We have to think a little bit, how did we come to that definition? If you go deeper into it, you would understand that, for example, let us say I'm coming late. I'm always a late comer or go behind schedule. It means for various incidents, for various uh, activities over a period of time, you had always been late. You have always been going behind the schedules. So people will, uh, with this experience that is gone over a period of time, we come to a conclusion that I am like this. I always get stressed. I get panic. I am what you call. I get furious very soon. I'm a short-tempered person. That means when a stressful situation comes, I burst out very quickly. So this we define as I'm getting angry. I'm an angry person, short-tempered person. Here again, when you look at it, this particular emotion, we are talking of the how you reacted over a period of time. For each situation, you had reacted fast. So this is there in the mind. The experience is converted into an understanding in us. So a situation comes, we go through certain experience, and this gets stored in our memory. And next time when we take up any situation, any challenge comes, we this memory comes back and says, I I am always a short tempered person. I'll get angry quickly. So these are the four elements we are talking of. One is our emotions and feelings that comes as we go through any situation, and how we interpret the situation. This is the logical mind or the buddhi aspect of the mind, and the memory, how we store it inside us. So the memory, the emotions and feelings, the buddhi, the interpretive aspect of a mind, of the personality, and the fourth aspect is the self image. Because of these three interactions, what we come to an image, self image we create ourselves. I am like this is not my cup of tea. This is a very common phrase we people come across. This is not my cup of tea. I can't do this. Hey, I can do this very easily. So these are the definitions we give to ourselves. So with this particular definition, when we go forward, the chitta, manas, buddhi, and ahankaram. When we have to strengthen our mind, we have to work on these four aspects. Yoga has tools for all these aspects, and the lifestyle aspects has certain tools to handle all these four aspects: the chitta, the memory; the manas, the emotions and feelings; the buddhi, the gross intellect, the interpretation, the rational aspects; and then the self image, the ahankaram part. Ahankaram, when I talk of, it is not ego. No, ahankaram is generally translated as ego. It actually means the self image. How do I define myself? Is what is ahankaram. So these four aspects, there are tools we have with yoga. Let's take it one after the other. See, for example, you would have all seen, we all have actually seen children trying to walk, taking their first steps. What do? They try to walk, they fall down, they again rise up, again move forward. They immediately try to rise up and move forward. So this is what they do time and again, time and again, time and again. And if the environment around, the mom, dad, or aunt, whoever it is, they would say, come on, you can do it, you can do it, come. If they motivate the child will take step forward, and the child learns to walk faster. If the environment is wrong, you're like this only, you cannot walk. See, you just rise up and immediately follow. Stand, walk properly. If you try talking like this, the child may not be able to understand what we say, but the child will be able to understand the energy. The language the child doesn't understand, but the energy the child understands. The mental aspect the child can easily understand. Because of that energy, the particular child will take longer to walk. This we see in schools, very common to see. Labeling, they label children. You are fit for nothing. You are always like this. You cannot learn math. You cannot learn chemistry. You cannot learn language. You cannot write a proper sentence. So these are the different kinds of labels people give. Sometimes we give those labels to ourselves. So these are the aspects that go in building our personality. Now, whatever has happened over a period of time, at 20-25 years, when you're already in, you are now taking decisions on your own. The influence of parents, your upbringing, your school, your education system, the environment you've grown in is did play a role in what you're here today. But what you're going to do today will determine what you're going to be in the future. Earlier, you did not have the control. You did not have the say what kind of school you have to go, what kind of education you have to get. But now, if you have the understanding that that wasn't proper, there is no point in blaming the education system or the parents or the environment you had grown in. You have the choice to create your own environment from now onwards. The past is definitely the reason for where you are in today. You may or may not have a say in the decision making of your past, but definitely you have a say in what you're going to do in the future. This is where the yogic principle, the perspective, yogic philosophy starts with. You have control over your personality, you have control over your life. Just you are the center of your world. I don't mean to say that you negate everyone. We are, as I said, part of the society, so we have to be in harmony with the society. But how we relate with each aspect of the personality, each aspect of the society, is the choice we have it. So this element, for example, uh, let's say you have formed various habits. Let's say one particular habit, new habit you need to form. Are you making some new habits today? Are you developing new habits today? Yes. That means you have the authority to make a change in your life. You have the authority to make a change in your personality, because we are just a bundle of habits. And yogic personality, when we are talking of, the first aspect is when we are having lots of stress, lot of aspects that is not that the memories, our past memories are troubling us. First thing we need to do is just vent out that. Keeping it inside or suppressing it inside doesn't help. So we need to vent out. So then the next step is to relax. When the mind is stressed, it cannot think properly, it cannot think objectively, it will think with emotion. And when we are thinking with emotion, we will not be able to make proper decisions. So what we need to do is first learn to relax nicely. Yoga has fantastic tools for relaxation. Yoga Nidra is a fantastic tool for relaxing ourselves. In 10 minutes, you would feel fantastic relaxation. And when we are relaxed and calm, then we have to reflect back, accept the situation where we are in today, and see what action we can take now. Sometimes we can take decisions immediately and change. Sometimes we may not be able to. So these aspects is something we need to work upon. And another thing is, because of the stress that we had over a period of time, it would have created certain hormones, physiological changes in our system. The hormonal system tells us whether we are stressed or we are relaxed. Today, there are smart watches. There are so many gadgets which can easily tell whether we are relaxed or stressed. They say the smartphone will tell what is your stress level. Is it 20 or 30 or 50 or 70 or 80? So a measure can always be got. How does it do? It emits certain say radiations and understand the hormones that is there in the system. And now there are tools where we can change this energy that is emanating from us, those hormones that is inside. And very simple tools that can relax us. So pranayam is another fantastic tool which increases energy, the positive energy, the beta waves. It increases. So the mind gets relaxed, and the mind is relaxed. It helps generate more of the relaxation hormones, dopamines and others. So these kinds of hormones, when they are higher in number, we will be able to in a move forward and take proper decisions. And another important aspect here when we're talking of asanas also help us to vent out the uh, blocks in our energy levels. Energy levels, when they're going in, these blocks will not help us perform properly. And these blocks can precipitate over a period of time into what is today called as psychosomatic diseases. These psychosomatic diseases starts with the psyche, comes down into the mind level, and then from the mind level it gets into the prana level, and from the prana level into the body level. Today, research has proven that lots of diseases, be it diabetes or heart diseases or even arthritis, diseases like fibromyalgia, diseases like cancer, are all because of psychosomatic origin. More people are getting because of psychosomatic origin. Psycho means the psyche, soma means the body. So it is because of this reason it is coming, we are facing these challenges. And this can be easily eliminated by following simple yogic tools. Shatkarma practices in yoga helps us to remove all these accumulated waste that is there in our system. When that is getting cleansed, we will be able to perform far better in our functions. So both in asanas and shatkarmas, it helps us to eliminate these blocks, and free flow of prana is say facilitated. So we can stay healthy, and then in the relaxed state is when we can work with the deep rooted understandings that we are in, the deep rooted situations, the memories that is there storing in us, saving, and that is there in us. Different practices like antarmona, yoga nidra, different stages of yoga nidra, value meditations helps us to overcome these particular diseases. All these things is taught in the Yogaplus course, which I'm going to launch very soon online. Now, for you to act upon, okay, I think, let me take up this. Okay. Now let us come to these questions we have. One question is, I am constantly stressed out about the future. What I do to stay calm? Okay, this is another important aspect we need to learn in yogic philosophy. This is the reality of life. It's not just yoga. Did anyone expect COVID will come in the way it has come? The whole world is devastated. Nothing people have seen in the last 100 years something happening like this. Lives have gone topsy-turvy. You plan everything so nicely, suddenly something comes up. Chennai floods, tsunami we had about say 15 years ago, and like this, so many things keep coming up. There can be an accident. Life puts up various challenges. When you talk of businesses, lots of changes happened in the business of late in the last 10 years. When there's a transformation happening, we are not prepared to it. The digitization that is happening today at such a fast pace, if we are not equipped to it, we cannot progress. So that is the situation has come in. So environment around will keep changing. This is where what we call it as, we can never plan for the future. We can have plans for the future, but we cannot plan for it. Is it confusing? Yes. Just watch this carefully. We want to have a goal that I want to reach this particular lifestyle by this particular age, and we keep working to it. Something suddenly comes up and it changes. Like I wanted to do big in an agriculture field, in the seeds industry, but situations around changed. What I did is I immediately, quickly rediscovered myself. I did a 4-month course in export import management and went into a related field, into agriculture product exports. And then also I started doing imports as well, other products imports. So when the situations has changed and the government policies has changed, I could rediscover myself so that I could keep moving on. So what I want planned, I will definitely have a plan, but what is important is prepare for the future, prepare for unforeseen circumstances. So the ability to quickly adapt and flexible is what is important. When we are doing yoga practices, asanas, we improve flexibility. This flexibility can also translate, it should actually translate into flexibility in the mind over a period of time. This can happen with the plus element, with proper understanding. We need to read a lot, we need to interact. That's where satsang comes in. Sat, true company, good company, right company. Sang is the company. Having the right company, right environment, books encouraging people, life histories of successful people, or scriptures. These are all the various tools which helps us, which tells us how do we need to relate to the world, how things change. People who have achieved success, achieved excellence in their fields, in any field of choice, field you may take. It can be in business, it can be arts, it can be sports, it can be, say, spiritual angle. People who have reached excellence, they have faced lots of challenges and come up. So, how did they rediscover themselves at each stage is a determining factor how we move up the ladder. This is a choice we have, but are we using it? Are we taking time out to choose from where we have to learn, what we need to learn, and then imbibing those values? So when we are saying with relaxation practices, yoga nidra and other meditation practices, pranayam, when we are relaxing, what we need to immediately do is we should also have this understanding with us. So with this in understanding helps us reflect and redesign ourselves, rediscover ourselves, how we need to move forward. So this ability to rediscover ourselves is very important, and that important when we have to rediscover ourselves, redefine ourselves, it is very challenging. People may around sometimes be very critical of what we are doing. They will say, don't you have any particular goal? I know a particular businessman who has failed in 18 businesses, and the 19th business he has made fantastic money, and is very well set off, a good family friend. And at each stage, if you say if he had felt I'm worthless, he could not have moved on at all. So this is the ability we need to build. We cannot stick on to I want to do only this, no, I want to do only like this, no. But what we need to be careful is we need to do the right way to do can be learned from people who have achieved success. The scriptures or documentation of the right way of conduct in our lives. For example, the Vedic culture, the yogic culture, the yogic science, the Ayurvedic science has been alive for millennia, time immemorial. Some people say 5,000 years, 10,000 years, but it's been far beyond. Even if you take 5,000, 10,000 years, where is the science and technology that we have? How did yoga have such fantastic tools for all kinds of diseases, different kinds of ailments, for achieving excellence? Now lots of research has gone into it, and now people are coming to realize, recognize that this has got fantastic wisdom. How did these people have that wisdom? So these scriptures, what we have, the yogic scriptures or Vedantic scriptures or the Gita, it's a fantastic tool to understand how the mind operates and how we need to work with our mind. Or when we talk of say Ayurvedic scriptures, they have fantastic tools. So we need to learn from those scriptures and adapt them into our lifestyle. Unfortunately, this is not done in our educational system today. It has gone away from our educational system. It is time we need to bring back. People are focused upon what you call churning out money making machines. Different skill sets, different things are taught. How to say copy, how to paste, control X, control V, control C, control V, creating a file, or say operating a new app, working with a say a camera. So many things is taught. Word file, PowerPoint presentations, or math, or algebra, etc., etc. You can talk of so many things are taught. But what do we do with say what uses all these things? It's us, this mind. How to operate this mind is not taught in our schools. This is given in this particular wisdom, and that's what we are teaching in our course. Now, coming into this subject, when we are talking of these aspects, it has to be done over a period of time. We cannot make changes overnight. When we are continuously stressed about future, what we need to understand is the future is always uncertain. There is another question about uncertainty. I'm answering both the questions here. The future is always uncertain. We need to only plan for the future. We need to learn how to operate this particular system, the body, the mind, energy, in such a way that we are able to rediscover ourselves, so that whatever happens in the future, I'll be able to go forward with the minimum stress. Sometimes in a very particular situation, we need to just endure certain things we cannot change. Do we have to accept it and just be there, or be stressed and depressed? No way. What we need to do is endure it, relax. These relaxation tools, for a short while you have to relax. You have to eliminate those, the Shatkarma practices and the relaxation practices, remove those physiological waste that is generated in the system, and then plan what we need to do otherwise. What else we can do to improve from this situation and move to a different level. So this is a critical aspect. So that's why we call it as yoga to relax. Yoga will not solve our problems. Yoga will not eliminate stress from our life. Yoga can help. The meditation, the pranayama, or the relaxation practices, or the psychologists, whatever drugs they prescribe, the antidepressants or anti-stress say medications they give, all these things can remove the symptoms for a while. But what determines is, for a long-term solution, is we need to learn how to rediscover ourselves. This is being taught in our course, and this is how we can not be stressed about our future. We take action. The result sometimes comes immediately, sometimes come much later in life. That's in the management field also. Is not today is not say result oriented. It is of course result oriented, but it is not result focused. It is now process driven management. Because people have seen that when we are looking at goal and result focused management, it is creating a lot of stress and it is becoming counterproductive. Though now management gurus are talking about process management. You put the process in place properly, the result will have to come automatically. And when the results are not coming, you go back and look what is the change you have to do in the process so that result can come. This is what works in the process management in the business world. That holds true in our personal life as well. We expect these particular results, the environment changes. How do we rediscover? Still, we go and reach our results. So be flexible in your ways, but reach the goal. And the goal, the bigger the goal, the easier you will be able to reach it. Suppose you want to say, I want to make a say 5,000 square feet of big bungalow. I need to own such kind of a bungalow in Chennai, let's say, at the seashore. Now you make such a fantastic bungalow, and there is a tsunami and everything gets washed off. The sea comes ahead. What do? You cannot do anything. The goal, if it is a larger one, if we talk of, I want to be, it should be more generic. This is what I mean to say. That's why there are four goals: security, pleasure, harmony, and bliss. These are the four goals which is told in the scriptures. They call it as dharma, artha, kama, moksha. This is what the yogic philosophy talks of, the Vedantic philosophy talks of. When you're talking of security, physical security, social security, I need this. The wealth and other things, yes, you want, you can have that. But what ultimately is that big bungalow will give you happiness, enjoy, the pleasure. You want to enjoy it. So enjoyment is the goal. This is one of the means. The such big bungalow on the seashore is one of the means. If it goes out, I'll do again. I need to be enjoy and happy. That's what is important. So what else can give me enjoyment? All the things that we have. Banks crash. You have lots of FDs in the bank, and banks crash. The real estate drops. The value of the property goes down. You can't do anything. During Chennai floods, we have seen many people going out of, coming out with the night dress on a boat and moving forward. Nothing they could do. The future, what it happens, we cannot say. But are we able in a position to rediscover ourselves? What is the kind of goal we are planning to have? So this determines having the right goals, have a clarity of it, and rediscover yourself. This is what we can do it to stay calm. And I don't know how to. This is the next question. I don't know how to effectively handle uncertainty. This is what we have discussed now. It is making me very unhappy. What can I do to help myself? Accept that world around is uncertain. Whatever wealth, whatever relationships, whatever things you acquire will be uncertain. The only thing that is certain once you are born in this world is death. Nothing else. Don't take me wrong, but this is the reality. The sooner we accept it, the more happier we are. Situations can change. Are we able to be happy in any situation? Having a good night's sleep is a good goal. I want to sleep on a platform, on a bare land, or on a, cozy bed, or in air-conditioned bed, or in a nice open terrace. It can be anywhere. I know some people who cannot have a good sleep if they change a different location, different room, or different city. While traveling in bus, they cannot sleep. While going by flight, they cannot sleep. While going in train, they cannot sleep. Sleep is a goal. We need to have good sleep. But how? Getting used to different kinds of things, this makes a difference. And we can easily train ourselves to sleep well at different situations also. As long as we expand our cup of tea. My cup of tea, I cannot sleep here. I cannot learn this. I cannot do this. This definition, this cup of tea, the more we expand it, there are tools we can expand. Like, for example, try to do something, learn something new each day. Try to learn a different language. Try sleeping. Normally you're doing it. Try sleeping once without, in a different environment. You can get better. Do yoga nidra. It helps us to move into and out of sleep. It's a nice training for a good sleep also. That's a fantastic tool again. And again, there is another thing called as fasting. We all know about fasting. People don't eat, and it's there in all cultures. Just now, Jains have completed their Pradoshan. A little earlier, there was Ramzan, so Muslims had a month-long fasting, and there is something called as Ekadashi fasting. Today is Ekadashi, so lots of people do fasting on Ekadashi. There are some people who doesn't on Saturdays they do fasting. Some cultures they do on a Shashti they do fasting. So different cultures, different traditions have all fasting. The idea is to fast. The idea is to train our system to be without food. One of the perspective we can take it like that. And now the fasting need not be only for food. It can be digital fasting. It can be air conditioner fasting. It can be light fasting. It can be fan fasting. It can be mauna. Without talking, I can be for a while. So it can be different kinds of fasting. Now, it can be like quarantine fasting. Don't go out anywhere for one day. Now, when we are used to be at home at our own comfort level within the confines of a small, say, four walls, very comfortable. When the quarantine was, say, done, when the lockdown was announced, we had to be in our house. So many people were finding it very difficult to be in your own house. You want to go out. Why? If you are able to be adjust, acclimatize in different situations, then we can adjust at any point of. This is one preparation you can do fasting, various things, small things you do. You will learn that you will be able to adapt and adjust in different environments. There's different kinds of fastings you can do. That's a way you can handle uncertainty in life. You have a Now you're traveling. You cannot decide who can be your co-passenger. It's very uncertain. Accept and move on. What you need to do is reflect upon yourself. That's it. How you have to relate to different kinds of. If the co-passenger is a very friendly person, you always want to talk nicely. If it's a very friendly person, you can talk. Otherwise, you just ignore and try to be happy doing mona. If you had practiced mona, that is fasting of from refraining from talking, then you can still be happy in that environment also. So this is the ability you develop in different aspects. Work, it's like I'm stretched thin because of this. How do I achieve a healthy work-life balance? This is the core of our say the 7 domains of personality we spoke about. The 5 aspects of the body, energy, mind, intellect, the spiritual aspects, and then the social and the career aspect. When you're talking of it, all the aspects has to be handled in a proper way. Uh, what I would suggest is you can join my group in say Facebook, which is called as Ankur's Yogaplus Excellence Forum. In this particular forum, we talk about we discuss more about these aspects, and the course that I'm going to start also is described very much in that. So in this particular forum, we talk about this. What we do is have goals for all areas of our personality, for home, for work, for your own personal self. We need to give time to everything in a particular day. We need to understand the priorities in each area. We want to have, say, great levels in one particular thing and the other is lesser. This way we call it as, describe it as a wheel. What happens? The wheel cannot move fast. Let's imagine a wheel which has very high in the, say, financial. In a wheel, just imagine a cycle wheel. It has so many spokes. Imagine 7-spoke wheel. In this 7-spoke wheel, one is the body, the second is energy, the mind, the intellect, the spiritual, the social, and the career. The 7 spokes. For example, if you fare if you have 10 out of 10, you have 9 points in financial, and you have 2 points in personal, and say 7 in your physical, and 4 in your say mental. Like this, you have different numbers in each aspects of the say spokes, and now you join these spokes: 4, 9, 7, 2, 5, 10, 6, and then finally with 4 you join all the 6. Now it will be a very awkward figure. And with that wheel, if you try to go forward in life, போயிட்டு இருக்கு ஏதோ, how are you, ஏதோ போயின்னு இருக்கு. We hear like this, right? It is because your wheel is not balanced. We focus more on money. We feel money solves all the problems. Money is very important to solve many problems. But along with money, we should also have the health to enjoy that money. We should have good relationship to enjoy, to share that money and that wealth. Where will we, with whom we will enjoy those things if we do not have good relationships? So we should have proper balanced goals, the clarity on each aspect, and we have to spend time for all the elements of our personality. Then the wheel will be smoother and the journey of life will be much pleasant and happier. So this balance with that is why we call it as harmonious excellence. Excel in harmony. Harmony with the self, harmony with the society, harmony with the work. So work-life balance, the work and the life has to go in balance. So when we want to spend more time with the family, I want to have only enjoyment time with the family, with the relationship, always going out for friends, parties, marriages, this, that, all those things, vacations. When will you work? When will you earn money to spend for all these things? You leave all these things and go work. When will you spend with these people? A balance of all these things is important. Some time for this, some time for that. Don't compromise on any of the thing. How important the importance for money is as important as your relationships also, and your personal life. Give some time for yourself every day. 1 hour minimum you have to give for yourself, for your exercise, your reflection, to learn something new, and then reflect upon. I wake up at 4 in the morning, 4:30 max. I wake up in the morning and I go to bed by 9:30, 10 max. And I give myself 3 hours a day, 4 to 7 is completely my personal time. Nobody will be there to disturb me at all. Either people are asleep or they are in their own world. Nobody can disturb. This, as I developed, it gave me a lot of freedom, time to rediscover myself and move forward in life and develop that harmony in myself. Each challenge, how do you rediscover if you do not give time for everything? This is how you achieve a healthy work-life balance. And when we have to do all those things, the goals are so many things. I do not have the energy, the health is not there. So if you give that 1.5 hours of time for yourself in the morning, what happens is every day you will be able to have that energy, that health to go extra mile. You have the pranic energy with you, the pranayama and relaxation practice you have lots of prana in you to go that extra mile and reach your goals for all the things. Take care of your family needs and also take care of your business needs. Both can be done. I want to be optimistic and graceful despite whatever is happening around me. Is this possible? If yes, how can I do that? Yes. We need to understand people have their own goals. Everyone around have their own goals. It can be between husband and wife, father and child, siblings, friends, business partners, neighbors, wherever it is. Everyone is going as per their goal. When we are journeying in life together, for example, let's take the case of a couple, husband and wife. Now you make a fantastic plan to go to a holiday, to a hill station. You do lots of homework, talk with a travel agent, you browse on the net and find out so many things and make all the plans and come. And your wife wants to go to a nice seashore for a holiday. Now, you're not against each other. Nobody's against each other. You want to go. Your goal is different. Your wife's goal is different. So what you need to do is talk and see how we can go about. The differences come is only here. We fail to understand that our goals are different. Any relationship, the disagreement in a relationship is not disrespecting or negating the relationship. We need to understand that our perspectives of life is different. People around are doing what you you do not want. You have put like a cup of tea, I said. You have created boundaries. This is how people have to behave. This is how I need to be there. Now, there is certain things which people have to behave defined. This is how one has to behave. I'm not talking about those things which is the basic norm. Some things, what I'm talking about is what you decide about, what you create a framework. People around may be functioning which is beyond your comfort level, but that is acceptable. So you should learn to accept that they can have a different viewpoint and they want to do the way they want to live their life. It's absolutely, you have to give the space, everyone their own space. Now, when the goals clash, you will have clashes, you will have arguments, you will have debates. First, there are 4 ways to do it. Discuss, understand, see if you can find a common path. Doesn't happen, there's always give and take. If it doesn't happen, somebody will be more stronger, the other is not so. So what do you need to do? Then you will have to work at in a different way, the next level. Okay, now you do this, I will do this. You do your own way, I do my own way. Let's not work say clash against each other. Fine, if that doesn't happen. Now, I live in a very small house. I want to do in my bedroom, I cannot do my yoga practice. I have to do yoga. It's just 1 BHK. A couple are living in one. I'm just taking an example, like 1 BHK. You have a bedroom, a hall, a kitchen. That's it. Now I want to do yoga in the morning, say by around 5 o'clock, and my wife wants to see TV early in the morning. Put on say different channels and then have say something going on, and then do her own things. Now that is disturbing for me. I want to relax. I want to do a yoga nidra practice. It doesn't happen. She is not willing to let go. I am not willing to let go. It clashes. Is it not? So certain things you can discuss and then come out. If it doesn't happen, you cannot change what the other person will do. If she wants to say put the TV on and then do something else, or put some loud music and then say do her own stuff, it is not wrong. It only clashes with what you want to do. What you can do is you change your timing. What is in our control is what we do, not what others are doing. So we have to change our timing or way of doing things. Either we have to convince them or convince ourselves. That's it. This is how things can happen. This happens in any relationship. These differences will always be there. People always try to, there is something people say, always they try to create problems for me. Nobody has so much of time to create problems for you. This is period. Everybody is busy pursuing their happiness, their goals. Very simple. It is like playing, another example is a match, a football match. You want to put a goal on the other side, the other persons want to put the goal on the opposite side. The goals are in different directions. You have the same ball, you have to put on the same ball. Now you fight for each other. Your opponent tries to snatch the ball away from you. It is not, he's not against you, because his goal is to put that ball in the goal post opposite side than what you want. So he's not against you. You need to learn, you need to develop the ability to take the ball better than him. You develop your skills to do better than him and put it in your game. This is the game. When there is a clash, you cannot avoid. This is how you have to either develop the ability, or you don't play football. You refrain it. So nobody is going to take your goal. That's it. It's as simple as that. By developing enmity or hatred against anyone, we are not going to gain anything. We need to understand that everyone is having their own goals. That's why these changes are happening. So you can be optimistic despite whatever is happening around me. If you have this understanding, and you need to know what skills I need to do better, I need to develop, so then you can move forward. Then in these fast-paced times, with so many of or daily activities happening virtually, are there a few techniques to de-stress? Yes, definitely there are so many techniques to de-stress. A quick yoga nidra is a fantastic tool. A nice 1 minute breathing practice is a fantastic tool to de-stress ourselves. And the another simple way of is just stop everything and give a break for yourself. That's a fantastic tool to de-stress. Just go to the balcony, go to the terrace, just enjoy nature, connect with the nature. You'll de-stress, then get back into it. Of course, yoga does has tools like yoga nidra, as I said. And does yoga help with chronic anxiety? Anxiety is because you are expecting a particular result. Will it come? Will it come? Will it come? We have already discussed that. So be clear with your what you call goals. Understand that everything what we want cannot happen. So try to learn, accept certain things it can happen, certain things cannot happen. This acceptance that you need to develop is very, very important, because we cannot any point of time decide this is what is going to happen, but at the same time we cannot let go of our effort to achieve anything. We have to put in our best efforts, and definitely what it's not the goal that is important, it's what you become in the process that is more important. What happens to you in the process is more important. So chronic anxiety is only if you have the clarity, if you have the clarity, okay, my goal is not a particular thing or object, but it is the ultimate thing is the happiness, the enjoyment, the harmony with the people around, the blissful state I want to be in. If this we can define as the goal, then we can always find that in simple ways also, simple things also. So chronic anxiety is only learn understanding what actually things, how things can be. And then of course, because of chronic anxiety, if there are lots of physiological changes, again, there are Shatkarma practices and the Asana practices. We have the Yoga Nidra again, which can help us. When there is a crisis situation, I immediately panic. Is there something I can do to take a few steps back, assess the situation, and come up with possible solutions? Again, you have fantastic tools. You have to train yourself. A panic situation, you get naturally. When do we get panicked? A situation which you do not expect, it ensues. For example, just uh, an hour ago, 5 o'clock, we started this session. Around 4:30, I get to know my brother was sick for the last 3 4 days. Half an hour ago, we got to know that say he is COVID positive. Can I get panicked at this particular point of time? We are a big joint family, around 14 of us, 15 of us stay in this house, and people of different ages. Now we have to be in quarantine for next 14 days. Now, is this a situation to be panicked about? I had to reflect back. Now, this is what continuous training we have to give ourselves at any point of time, whatever situation comes, how I need to do back. You said very clearly that I need to take a few steps back, assess the situation, come with. Pranayam is a fantastic tool here. In pranayam, there are 4 stages: breathing in, then holding it inside, that is that is inhalation, retention, exhalation, retention. These 4 stages, this develops the ability to restrain, to hold, and then respond. When you're breathing in, it's the ability to take in inputs. You're holding, reflect, time to reflect ability, that endurance ability is built in. Then you are breathing out, it's to communicate out back, the responding. It is not reaction, responding. And then after you respond, give some pause, exhalation, retention, let the things happen around it, and then again get ready for the next input. The 4 stages you do it in pranayam is a fantastic tool for the mind to develop that ability to take a few steps back, reflect, come back. It will not happen overnight, let me tell you. As you do the practice over a period of time, you will develop this ability. You will be able to quickly change your mood. You will have to definitely get anger is not bad. You can get angry, but the anger is in your control. You get angry and then get back into normalcy very quickly. This can happen over a period of time. It can happen in 6 months, it can happen in 6 years, it can happen in 16 years. It depends on how you have been fine-tuned, how your personality has developed over the years, and what is the sadhana you are going to do going forward. So these two aspects play a key role how you do this, say, move from one stage to the next stage. So in a crisis situation, panic will always be there. You go back, always this tune will keep on happening. Sometimes you may take, say, 10 minutes to come out. Sometimes it can take 10 hours to come out of that, say, panic situation. From 10 hours, you come down to, say, an hour, maybe 5 hours, then an hour, and then 10 minutes. And then as things are happening, how do you rediscover yourself? How do you prepare yourself for different situations? This is how it is a process. Things cannot change overnight. What I would suggest is you can connect now. I think if there are no more questions, we can wind up. I would like to give a couple of numbers to you. This is Vinov Involves number 9940221212. I repeat, 9940221212 is the number you can reach out for WOW. And for all your solutions, of course, you want to be part of this particular course, Ankur Yoga Plus Jiva Vigyan course, the Yoga Plus lifestyle you want to develop. I'm going to go online sometime in October. October Vijayadashami on October 26th is what we are planning to launch this particular course. So you can join us in Ankur's Yoga Plus Excellence Forum, or you can send me a request in this, say, comments below also, to join in my Telegram group, Yoga Plus Excellence Forum. Yoga Plus, YOGAPLUS, Yoga Plus Excellence Forum. In this forum, you can send a request. I will join you. And what I'm doing is, for the first 50 students who are participating, who are registering for this particular course, the first level of the course would be given free of cost. It's actually called, say, picked it around 4,500 rupees. I'm planning to launch at 4,500 rupees for the course. The actual value is far, far superior, because what has to be taught throughout your school life, I'm going to teach in this particular, say, short period, in an say 2-3 levels, which will span over an year. But all the tools which I have been mentioning about in this talk, I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to teach and help people learn, and then realign themselves. There will be personal consultations as well, and come up, say, improve their life situations. You can join that course. So Yoga Plus Excellence Forum is in Telegram. Ankur's ANKUR-S, Ankur's Yoga Plus Excellence Forum in Facebook is the destination for. In Facebook, you can join that group. I'll be posting more information about this program over there, so you can join there. So this is where I think with no more questions, we will wind up the session. If you have any more questions, you can ask. Or I think it's already 1 hour 4 minutes. We are done with the time, I guess. So thank you for your patient listening. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me through either of these forums. Thank you. Namaste.